Get ready for your High Country Grizzlies. Come and join our American Arena League franchise at Holmes Convocation Center in Boone for a great night of fun with family and friends at the Den. And help cheer us on to a storied rise to the top. Be sure and visit us at highcountrygrizzlies.com for home schedules, tickets, latest news, team merchandise, and of course, to watch the games. We'll see you at the Den.
Welcome inside the Coach's Den here at Swiss Mountain Village. I'm the play-by-play voice for the High Country Grizzlies, Mackie Gallagher, joined by, as always, head coach Scott Meserve. And you got your first win of the season against the East Carolina Torch. 38-24 was the final score. You're leading 17-12 at halftime. But right now, it's Wednesday, a couple days after the game. How are you and this team feeling after the first win of the season?
It's just another day for us. I mean, yeah, it's the first win and all, but we've got Atlanta coming up in a week and a half, and we have to prepare for them. So it was great to get the win, but now we got to move on and keep going.
And you previewed the Havoc a little bit. Your next game is on May 5th, and you do have a bye week in between now and that game. So how do you carry the momentum from this win through the bye week into the game May 5th?
We're in the middle of the season right now, so the guys needed a break. It worked out perfect. Gives us a little bit more time to look at Atlanta, look at Peach State as well. But we're taking one game at a time, and the guys are going to get refreshed this week, get the rehab they need, and be ready to play.
Now, you were up 17-12 at halftime. This is the first time this season going into the half leading. When you went into the locker room, I want to bring the fans into the locker room a little bit. What was the atmosphere? What was the mindset on the players like at halftime?
We had a lot of issues as far as what to fix. Offensive line had blocking issues up front, not communicating. We took care of that first, went with receivers about the routes, getting the routes crisper, and then talked to the defense and get the defensive line adjusted to what we were seeing up front, and then worked with the secondary and made sure we were right on coverages. It was an intense locker room.
And do you remember, or can you say anything about the speech you gave, I'm sure, as a head coach, trying to hype your team up to go out and play a good second half? What did you say to your team?
We addressed how poorly we played in the first half, made sure everyone knew the corrections we had to make and where we were going to be at the end of the game.
And you mentioned it a little bit. You said now it's just another game. We got to focus on May 5th. But in the post-game press conference, when I asked you about how are you feeling after this win, you said it hasn't really said it yet. As the night went on Sunday night after the game, how were you individually as a coach feeling after your first win as the head coach in arena football?
Exhausted. It's hard to call offense and defense the entire game and make adjustments, and so it really never set in until yesterday maybe, and when I really sat down because I was so tired from the game. People ask me about the game, I'm like, hold on, let me go watch it because I don't remember it. I'm just adjusting on the fly as we go, making necessary adjustments we need to make. And
you say now you're controlling the offense and defense. Do you think that helps a little bit with the chemistry with the team, having one coach call both ends of the ball? Yes and no, because it's not someone there to make adjustments all the time. You need that coach on the sideline to make the adjustments. I was fortunate to have Coach Mo on the defensive side on the bench, and then Dob Hodney helped me with the offensive adjustments on the sideline on the bench. So we worked together to make all the adjustments we needed to make while I was on the field. And in the coaches show last week, you said, and even the players in the post-game press conference said that y'all had an amazing week at practice. Can you see some of that great practice translate onto the field during the game? We had a bad practice. We had a good practice Tuesday. Wednesday we had a horrible practice. We were outside on the grass, and we couldn't do the play clock. It was just too slow. So we came back Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We practiced all 5 days, and we put that play clock in, and then we picked up the tempo, and we had a really good end of the week for practice. You're watching Inside the Coach's Den here at Swiss Mountain Village. On the other end of the break, we'll start breaking down the offense and defense from last week's game. You don't want to miss any of it.
Welcome to Capone's Pizza, where fantastic Chicago-style pizza is just one of the many delicious treasures that we offer. From tasty salads, creative appetizers, to calzones and more. Capone's will make you an offer you can't refuse. Adults, step up to the bar for Tuesday's $2 draft and Thursday's half-off wine special. Wednesday is for the kids, where all 12 and under eat for free. Our friendly and talented staff work hard daily to provide a great dining experience. And we're proud sponsors of your High Country Grizzlies. So join us today for lunch or dinner at Capone's Pizza, easy to find at 139 New Market Center in Boone.
At Jeff's Plumbing and Repair, we can take care of your broken drain lines, broken water lines, broken water heaters, drippy faucets, drippy showers, and anything that can go wrong within your home, hotel, or business. If you're having a problem with your water heater, we can take care of any water heater from 30,000 BTUs up to over 1 million BTUs. Our experienced crew are happy to help you with any questions that you've got and are certified through several manufacturers across the country. We've been here for 31 years and we're here to help you and make sure that you have a safe and happy plumbing system. Here at Jeff's Plumbing and Repair, we're working hard to keep you in hot water and out of trouble.
Joe made fresh daily.
Look at you.
Yeah, boom. Oh, 100% mozzarella. Kids are gonna love these Hungry Howie's emojis. Hashtag sawsome.
The best part is they're edible.
They're edible? How's that?
Hey, get a meal deal for any budget, or get a medium one-topping pizza for $1 with coupon code MEDIUM1.
Hungry?
Welcome back inside the Coaches Den here at Swiss Mountain Village. I'm Mackie Gallagher, joined by head coach Scott Meserve, and now we're going to focus on the offense a little bit. The offensive line only gave up 2 sacks last week. Do you see the confidence building on Darren Daniel now that his offensive line is getting better compared to the first couple of games of the season?
We're getting a lot better up front. We're starting to really gel and communicate. Halftime adjustments were really easy when I put it in their terms and they understood what we had to do. The fullback position, I'm still moving guys in and out of there. I'm not really satisfied with what I have. Well, I am satisfied because I have 2 strong players in that and just getting them a mesh with the offensive line. But right now, this might be the best offensive line we've had in 2 years here at High Country. I'm really happy with them.
And during the game, you can see them getting that first big push, and pretty much every time the offensive line provides Darren Daniel with 3 or more seconds of protection, Darren Daniel has time to make his reads and complete a pass. But Darren Daniel in the post-game press conference after the game against the Torch said the new offensive line was the turning point of the season, his words. Is there truth to that? Do you agree with that?
Yes, because of the fact that if you don't have an offensive line, you can't do anything. Quarterbacks are not going to be comfortable. Kickers can't be comfortable with an offensive line up in front of them. So we spent that first off week, we went out and we found individuals who meet my needs, but also gel with a team. That's a big thing. If they don't gel with a team, I'm gonna find someone else to replace them.
And you brought up the kicker, Victor Levenser. He went 5 for 5 on extra points, 1 for 1 on field goals throughout the day. 43 yards was the field goal he made. Can you talk about his improvement as a kicker? Because it proved in the game against the Torch that kicking is a very valuable position.
It was hilarious because when I called the field goal at the end of the first half, the stadium went quiet. Like everyone doubted me. And I knew he could do it. We had to adjust to hold with A.J. Stevenson holding the ball. But I had all my faith. He actually missed Nuno by 2 inches too. He hit the bottom of the crossbar. But I was waiting for this game to come out. He just needed some confidence. And I threw him off to the wolves with that field goal. So let's go. See how good you are.
And it was 43 yards and went right down the middle. And I agree with you. The arena did get very quiet. See, you said you don't know if they were doubting. I'm going to go with they were giving him some silence to concentrate on the field goal.
They were doubting.
With A.J. Stevenson holding the ball, what went into that transformation or that substitution of putting him as the holder? Because ever since he started holding the ball, you can see Leventer's kicking improve.
It's a confidence. The ball's got to be a certain place. Kickers are kickers. They've got to have their routine, and you don't mess with their routine. It's like quarterbacks and their routines, how things go. once he has his routine down, the ball's where he wants it, he'll put it through the uprights every time. AJ's been holding forever from what I found out when he was a middle school player. So it was just, I didn't know. And once I found out, and they started gelling, and he didn't practice Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday, practiced Friday, and we came out Sunday, and he was right on.
And I want to stick with AJ Stevenson and all of the receivers. All three receivers that started the game scored. What does that say about Darren Daniels spreading the ball?
The way we look at a game is we're going to open up receivers wherever we can across the field. So we're not going to target one receiver because that's too predictable for the other teams. And with three guys over 6'2", it makes it a lot easier for Darren to find them. And then by the route combinations, putting them in the right spot at the right time, Darren knows where the high is, the cross is going to be, and we always have a check down somewhere.
And one addition to this wide receiving core is Drake White. And we talked about how Darren Daniel really does enjoy having the larger, taller wide receivers. Do you see the chemistry building between the receiving group and quarterback Darren Daniel?
Yeah, some of them are staying around this week to actually work on routes and combinations and passing, but Drake came in and gelled with the team right away. It was a smooth transition. And I want to thank Lehigh for releasing him, for not bringing him on there, because he was not a vet. I'm looking for the guys that are not vets, because those are the guys that go missed. And as you can tell, that Drake's going to be a great receiver here.
And he did score the first touchdown of the game for the High Country Grizzlies with a 2-yard touchdown throw by Darren Daniel. And I want to transition over to the rushing game. You said how you're switching in fullback, trying to see who fits better with the offensive line. Rushing game in arena football is very different with how small the field is and how quick the game is. But is the team doing anything to try to make their rushing game more effective and improve it?
It's my play con. I've got to be more consistent when I call a run, take what the defense is giving me. The end of the game was a mess because we couldn't get the motion right. We kept getting illegal formation because the receiver was in the tackle box on the snap, and that's not allowed. So I was just we got to work on that in practice, but it's more on me calling when we need to call a run play.
And the one player on offense I want to focus on this week is Scooby Bryant. We talked about him, but we haven't really gone in depth on him. He has scored a touchdown every game this season for the Grizzlies. He's great with the community. During the game, his touchdown celebration, every time he adds a touchdown, he adds a backflip to his touchdown celebration. Scooby's presence on the team, how does that affect the team both on and off the field?
Scooby's a leader. We've got it worked out with his work schedule down that he comes in certain days of the week. But when he steps in, he's a leader because he's been doing this forever. He's a vet, but he's one of those vets that he's a teacher at first. He's not a dictator. And that's great with the young guys. And
you think that Scooby messes well with the team as, the brotherhood, the unity, the family aspect that you've been trying to put into this High Country Grizzlies team all season?
Scooby does a good job meshing with everybody.
Yeah, Scooby does have some hands. We saw him get 2 great one-handed catches on the game on Sunday. But after this, we'll break down the defensive side of the ball. You're watching Inside the Coach's Den right here at Swiss Mountain Village.
Welcome to Dream Vacations. You deserve an extraordinary getaway, free of the hassles associated with planning today's myriad of complicated excursions. With over 200 incredible ships sailing worldwide and hundreds of exotic resort destinations, Dream Vacations will help you find the most appropriate vacation style for your personality and situation. Dream Vacation Specialist Frankie Groff will help you with insider savings with special fares, rates, and other offers, including weekly specials through our eSavers sign-up. And being part of the world's leading cruise agency, Frankie still provides the personal touch, making sure that your adventure becomes a lifelong memory. So rely on the best and contact Frankie Groff today to help make your dream vacation a reality.
Here at Blackjack, we were voted the best burger in town 3 years in a row. Our story started with, we left Romania, it was a communist country, and we had to cross the Danube River on an inflatable boat. Me and my mother was in a boat, I had to swim across actually. I lived in California since '91 until about 4 years ago when I came here to help her run this restaurant, and like I said, I'm carrying on her legacy. I think we have the best burger, but I want you to come out here and give us a try and let me know what you think.
I've coached a lot of football games in my life. The one at Michigan was big for us. When I took that short ride on the shoulders of our team, we knew that we'd done something really, really special. The hard work and dedication and commitment that nobody sees is what leads to great victories. That's the same thing you'll get at Discovery Chevrolet. That's the reason I agreed to be their spokesman. Discovery Chevrolet is where relationships matter.
Step away from the television and step outside yourself in Boone, North Carolina.
Welcome back inside the Coach's Den. I'm Mackie Gallery. This is head coach Scott Meserve, and now we're going to talk about the defense from the game on Sunday against the East Carolina Torch. And probably the best stat from the defense was the Torch going 0 for 11 on third down conversions. The stop mainly being led by the defensive line, but stopping teams on third down, is that something you put an emphasis on last week in practice?
There was more communication amongst the defense, knowing the situation where we were down in distance, knowing what they were going to run on those situations, and then making the adjustments at halftime. Those are the two big things we had to do.
And one big adjustment you made for this game that you mentioned one time was you cut some stuff out from the secondary. You made secondary more of a basic play, some more basic coverages. Did you see that help the way the secondary played this game against the Torch?
We minimized the amount of combinations we're going to run in the secondary based on what they were doing offensively to make us think on our feet faster. We only ran 2 coverages all night, and that's unheard of when I'm running defense. I usually have 7 or 8 different coverages going, but we minimized everything down so we can play faster, and it worked to our advantage.
And now we're going to go from the DBs to the defensive line. You have some new 2 big defensive linemen, Francis Mays and then Armani Carey. Armani led the game for the defensive line as a nose tackle. And then also you have the leader, Ethan Farmer. This new defensive line is a monster. It's a brick wall. They got 3 sacks against the Torch, more QB hurries. This defensive line transformation, can you talk about it just a little bit? What went into getting these players and how they're doing in practice and how they're meshing with the team?
We went out looking for size and speed, and we did a lot of combinations in the first half, which I got away in the second half, which was my fault. The quarterback didn't know where we were coming from, and that was part of our game plan, was just keep him moving and put him where we wanted to put him. But overall, it's very easy to communicate with them up front because they've all played before. They're all vets, and they gel very well with our team.
And Francis Mays, Kenny at 6'9", 280. You got him he's a product of Florida A&M University. You say he's a vet. What team did he play on before? How did you find Francis Mays? Because he was in the backfield after snap for the Torch.
Francis actually played in the league a couple of years ago. Went through some issues, and he was out in the CIF, I believe. And it was just a phone call. He was looking for a team, and we brought him in and see how he would adjust and mold with us, and it worked out great on our end. It's just one other team not wanting an individual because of some reason, and he comes here and he gels with us, and that's great for us.
And how is Ethan Farmer? Is Ethan Farmer and Brandon Sutton, are they helping out these new defensive linemen a lot? Because Brandon Sutton has assumed the coaching role for a little bit while he's inactive on the roster, and Ethan Farmer being a leader on the defensive line, how are they meshing well with the defensive line as a defensive line unit?
I mean, they all have their good and their bad. And the other, like Amani will help the O-line on different techniques. Ethan will help Francis with some things. Everyone helps each other with different technique drills or anything to that effect, but they work well together. And that's the biggest thing. We don't have one standout. Like most other teams have one guy. We have 3 guys.
And now we'll talk about Gerard Holman. We talked about him last week after he got a pick 6. He did get another pick 6 against the Torch on Sunday. And you mentioned how when he first got to the high country, he didn't really talk much. He likes to see things out. And now he's a big leader on the defense and on the team as a whole. He got, like I said, he got another pick 6 against the Torch. What does that say about his vision? And what did you say to him after he got that other pick 6?
I joked with him because he dropped 2 others. He should have had 3. Gerard stepped up and been a leader. He takes over. He's that coach in the field that I have. I can make my adjustments real quick through him. He takes care of on the bench. But what Gerard's come from and played, his experience, he's a great leader, and he knows the game. He knows where the ball's going to be, and he knows the combination we're running behind him and up front where he's going to be to make that adjustment. He should have had 3 or 4 receptions Sunday.
And now there's one player, Quentin Tucker, new defensive back for the Grizzlies. He had 5 tackles for the Grizzlies. He also dropped the interception, but got the interception back on when they tried to go for 2, and he stopped that by getting the interception. Where did he come from? Can you talk about his play? Because he showed up for his first game for the Grizzlies.
Quentin is a rookie. This is his first time in arena. A good friend of mine called from Florida and asked me to give him a shot. So I said, I'll bring him in and see what he can do. And he came in and he didn't play the first game. Played a little bit and killed on energy. Then we had a bye week. And then I threw him out there to see what he could do at safety. And he ran the whole defense. I mean, I made the calls to him and he adjusted the calls as we went. And I thought he did an unbelievable job at safety for the first time ever playing back there.
Yeah, he definitely showed out. And he was around the ball no matter where the ball was. Final score from Sunday, 38-24. Grizzlies get their first win in the win column. After this break, we'll break down and preview the next game on May 5th against the Atlanta Havoc and talk about what the Grizzlies are doing in the community to prepare for the game. You're watching Inside the Coach's Den right here at Swiss Mountain Village.
Step away from the exercycle and step outside yourself in Boone, North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Bob Brewer, owner of Anytime Fitness and offensive line coach for the High Country Grizzlies.
And I'm Dexter Jackson, wide receiver for the High Country Grizzlies and personal fitness trainer.
We have a new, larger facility with 24/7 access.
Within our training program, we provide a focus on your personal goals for a healthier lifestyle and create customizable training programs.
Come in for a free consultation and get a fitness plan tailored just for you.
Come join us at Anytime Fitness Boone.
So, how's retirement? Staying pretty busy, actually. Busy? Busy's good.
Honey, look. Number 18 in the house.
Gets the same thing every time.
You know I can hear you, right? You know I can hear you, right? I'll be here all week. For your many retirement needs, Nationwide is on your side.
How can something be so close to everywhere you want to be, but also possess the peace and quiet you desire in a true Appalachian mountain setting? That's what you'll find at Swiss Mountain Village, nestled in a tranquil valley just off the Blue Ridge Parkway and very close to downtown Blowing Rock. For over 35 years, Swiss Mountain Village has been a haven for high country guests and families, a place where the relaxing is easy, a place where you can fish from the fully stocked trout lake or just rock your cares away on the front porch. Then, when it's time for high country activities, you are close to everything. Swiss Mountain Village is only just a few minutes from the Blue Ridge Parkway and Moses Cone Memorial Park. Also, just a few minutes to downtown Blowing Rock, Tanger Shops on the Parkway, Appalachian Ski Mountain and other area ski resorts, Tweetsee Railroad, Appalachian State University in downtown Boone, Grandfather Mountain, and many more. Swiss Mountain Village offers cabins made of rough-hewn logs, complemented by a native stone fireplace. The Swiss chalets feature a unique architectural design. The stairway to the loft actually takes you over the stone fireplace. All of the Swiss Mountain properties are completely furnished with towels, linens, complete kitchens, washers and dryers, gas logs, free Wi-Fi, and cable TV. There's also a clubhouse and outside barbecue. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom plus studio units are available, accommodating from 2 to 8 people. Swiss Mountain Village offers 12 beautiful acres that will become your high country home away from home. It's where you and your family will create great memories and a place where you will return to time and time again. To learn more about Swiss Mountain Village, visit SwissMountain.com or call 888-785-1188.
Welcome back here at Swiss Mountain Village. You're inside the coach's den with head coach Scott Meserve, and now we're going to preview the Atlanta Havoc game a little bit. Now, what is something that the team did on Sunday against the Torch that you want them to do the exact same against the Havoc on May 5th?
Work with the adjustments. We worked very well as a group making adjustments, and whatever they give us, we can fix. Don't panic. It's fixable.
Now, the Atlanta Havoc are undefeated, the only undefeated team in the league. They're 5-0 right now. How do you prepare for a game? Grizzlies are 1-3 Havoc are coming into town 5-0. What do you do in practice prepare to take on an undefeated team?
The way we've been in the last 2 weeks, I'm not changing much because we're on an upswing right now. Everything's working. Adjustments are being made. Guys are gelling together really good. They can be 0-5. We prepare the same way.
Now, Coach Resignalo is the head coach for the Atlanta Havoc. He was the head coach for the Grizzlies last season. Are you doing anything differently to change your game plan just for that reason?
No. No, Coach. I know Coach. Coach knows me. We've been around together for a while. We've coached together for a while. I know what he's going to do. He knows what I'm going to do. And he's going to come out and the guys execute.
Now, 2 weeks ago against Carolina Energy, the team had 7 turnovers. Against the Torch, team only had 2. Now, I know as a coach, you don't want any turnovers, but how do you see that improvement? Do you like that?
But our goal was 2 this week, to go down from 7 to 2. And if we can keep it at 1 or 2 minimum with the defensive stops we had, we had 3 or 4 goal-line stops this week too. So if we can get the stops on defense, minimize the turnovers, 1 or 2 turnovers a game, it's going to happen. We're going to be successful.
Now, we previewed this a little bit earlier on the show, but going into games, you said you're 0-0. And you said now this is just another game for us. But when you have the win in the win column, do you want to pretend you're going in 1-0 to keep that momentum going?
No. We're always 0-0 going to the next game. Every game is a championship week. We have to just adjust in that way. If you overlook someone, you're going to get beat. So we're 0-0. The past is the past, and we have Atlanta coming in.
What's one aspect of the game that you're going to try to focus on in practice this week? I remember last week you talked about the play clock, having the play clock in practice. That really helped. What else are you going to work on in practice?
We're going to focus a lot with the offensive line stuff. The combination of blitzes, pass protections, things of that nature. We're also going to look at making sure we make all the reads. Why go high, why go low, why find the check down. Make sure we understand what all the checks are.
And can we talk about this pregame tailgate at Gaijin Noodle Bar? It's the first ever sponsored tailgate, and I think the fans would love to hear how they can get more involved on game day on May 5th.
May 5th from 4 to 6:30 at Gaijin. It is our first ever sponsored tailgate party. There'll be activities for those 2.5 hours prior to game time. It's right across the street from the stadium. There'll be cornhole, music, all our Grizzly gear will be available on sale. It's a great opportunity to come out and meet the owners, meet the front office, and pieces of the Grizzlies that really make us successful. We're excited for this opportunity.
And the Grizzlies are excited for the fans to show up. Like you said, the tailgate is from 4 to 6:30. The game is at 7 p.m. on May 5th against the Atlanta Havoc. There will be cornhole, music, Grizzlies merchandise at Gaijin Noodle Bar. Holmes Convocation Center is located on the intersection of Highway 321 and River Street. Gaijin Noodle Bar is just right across the street from Holmes Convocation Center. For Coach Scott Meserve, I'm Mackie Gallagher. Thank you for listening and watching Inside the Coach's Den right here at Swiss Mountain Village.